We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
I may not be a millionaire. I may not have a brand new Frigidaire. My clothes ain't all fancy, and my car ain't brand new, but there is joy in my heart.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Joy in My House, inspirational reality radio show with a touch of recovery. A reality radio show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who says it.
I'm joined here by recording artist and my co-host, Lolita Robinson.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Welcome to another day of Joy in My House.
Welcome to another day. It's always a blessing when God gives us another chance to proclaim his gospel and to meet special people.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So if you're listening out there, I want to thank you for being a part of the joy that we have in our house. I know that the holidays are over now, and now Super Bowl and
oh, I can't wait because Bruno
the
Mars.
Grammys.
Yeah, I keep talking about Bruno. Bruno, I love you.
We're gonna have to get him on the
Are
show.
you gonna
Bruno,
go?
if you're
Oh
listening.
yeah, please. Somebody, if you know him, please just tell him come on down and just give me a hug. Are you gonna have a Super Bowl party? Or
I
what?
am not. Parties to me are a lot of work. A lot
Okay.
of cleaning up, a lot
We'll
of
go to
setting
somebody
up.
else's.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Me and my girlfriends are getting together. You know, it's my first Super Bowl, and I'm gonna watch so that I can see the halftime. I never get to see all these great commercials, and so are you gonna go visit somebody or
Yes,
what?
my cousin in Pasadena is
Okay.
gonna have a Super Bowl party, and
Bobby,
Bobby, my cousin, his sister Yvette.
Hey Yvette, we didn't have okay.
We didn't have her on the show.
Yeah,
huh?
first thing for yeah, that's right. Good for you.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna enjoy the Super Bowl. I think a lot of exciting things are happening, especially with the media and music now, and how
Okay.
they're incorporating everything. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
they're
exciting.
doing a whole lot. I hear people are like, why on earth would they have it outdoors in the winter when it's
Right.
they're having all men? Okay, I don't want to. Oh, I hate to ask, but who's playing?
It is Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, Seattle, yeah.
Yes, and I like Seattle Seahawks because their coach is from USC.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
definitely follow USC.
All
and
right.
Mark Sanchez, he was a Heisman Trophy winner who went
Good,
to
okay.
play off in the NFL. And they are playing the Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos, okay. All
Yeah,
right, my
well-
brothers are up in Seattle, one who passed away, but I have a special place. I wear all their sweatshirts.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so I'll be rooting for Seattle.
There you go.
I love you too, Denver. Hey, look, listen, I love you too. Van Erich is cracking up. Isn't Denver's colors blue? Are their colors blue?
Blue and
they
orange.
have blue and orange, but
Okay.
they
You got
basically
blue on.
predominantly orange. But if Seattle does win, it's definitely an upset because Manning's on a mission, and he's like, I'm winning it all this year.
Okay.
So
All right. So who are you rooting for?
I'm going with Denver. I'm
Okay.
going with Denver.
All right. It's all good, brother. You won't take my rose off my name, will you now?
No. Let everybody know that you got a rose.
I'm so happy. Thank you. Trina, you got a good man here, and I know you're a good lady. So,
I want to thank you guys out there for being a part of the joy that we have in our house here. I want to hear your praise. I want to hear what you're going through out there. I want you guys to engage with us. Follow us on Facebook /Joy in My House. You can also tweet us directly here on Twitter.com /Joy in My House. Or you can call the studio line. Our studio line is open. The number's on the screen there at 323-473-3100. If you're just listening to us, you can stream us live on any mobile device on ustream.tv /LA Talk Live Radio, or you can find us on iTunes genre R&B. We had a great guest last
yeah,
week
I was
by
really
the name
surprised.
of Mr. Lucky.
Mr. Lucky.
From Operation Unite.
That touched my heart about, taking cancer, dancing to cancer victims. It blesses my heart when people allow God to use their gifts. It takes them out of maybe a lot of money and a lot of prestige and goes right to the heart of the problem. I was really blessed by the show. How did it touch you?
Same. I thought it was an amazing, at such a young age, he
Yeah.
was willing to give up the limelight
Right.
to be up on that big platform, that big stage, and really start giving back. Really start
Yeah,
giving
it
back
puts
from
in
his heart.
priority. I've had quite a few people die of cancer, and it's a gnarly disease. And for him to surround himself in that's not a very upbeat situation, but to give his gifts so that other people can glean from it and feel better from the exercise. We've had amazing people. His mother, Anita.
Yes, Dr. Anita.
Dr. Anita, love her too. And so I'm looking forward to today.
Today we have a great show for you today lined up, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Bill.
I know.
Bill Mays is the vice president of Project Cuddles. Project Cuddles was on one of our earlier shows last year.
Yes.
It is an organization, Project Cuddle, that saves babies, abandoned babies.
Oh boy.
What an amazing ministry.
It is an amazing ministry, and I think it's ministries that are just kind of like need to be more in the forefront. We really need, because I was telling our guest's wife, Pat, I believe. Is her name Pat? Patty. Is her name Pat? That this ministry is God's heart. No doubt about it. Because he said, suffer not the little children to come unto me. This is God's heart. So I'm blessed to have them on today.
Well, we're excited for our guest today, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to stay tuned. We have Bill Mays, from Vice President of Project Cuddle. I want you guys to stay tuned, and I want you to find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, and call in with any questions or comments. This is Joy in My House. We'll be right back.
How can I forget you? Where did the sweetness go, Lord? Have I fallen from your hand? Am I so far from you, Lord? Is my life in your plan? Where can I run when I feel all alone? Do my words truly reach you high on your throne? Where did your presence go, Lord? Have you pushed me far from your mind? Where did our laughter go? Will you smile on me one more time? How can I hope when the hearts are growing dim? Love, this pressure is hard, and I feel that my life will cave in. And I heard you say, how can I forget you when you're resting in my hands? How can I forget you? For I want you to know that I love you so. Can you see me? Do you hear me? Lord, I'm nothing apart from you. How can I forget you when you're resting in my hands? How can I forget you? There will never come the day when I take my love away. How can I forget you? You're in my last plan. How can I forget you? For what you
Hi, this is Dr. Lewis Logan, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Faith on the Front Line. We don't just talk about it, we are about it. That's our motto. Don't just talk about it, be about it. We highlight the issues and challenges that we face today and how faith communities and leaders make a difference. So don't forget to tune in to Faith on the Front Line exclusively here on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio and R&B and watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dawn Christie inviting you to join me every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, for my all-new show, The Dawn Christie Show. Join me as I discuss love, spiritual readings, your purpose, why am I born, what am I here to do. So don't forget to tune in The Dawn Christie Show at 1 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Joy in My House, inspirational reality radio show with a touch of recovery. I'm joined here by my co-host and author of Shaped by the Master's Hands, Lolita Robinson.
You always give me that look like, how am I sitting in this seat? God put you there, so don't.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is not my comfortable spot.
I know.
I like to be behind the scenes
man, yeah.
kind of thing, but you got to step out in faith. And
You
if
do
God
have to do.
wants me here, then I need to be obedient.
That's it.
And
You're
I
doing a
think-
good job, and I'm glad to see it. But it just cracks me up every week. You look at me like, oh.
We have our great in-studio guest today, Bill May.
Yes.
Welcome
you
to the
guys
show
doing?
from Project Cuddle.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Very glad.
Welcome to the show. I always like to introduce our guest to our viewers and audience and how we met. We met through Debbie Magginson.
Correct.
She is the executive director of Project Cuddle. We want to say hello to you if you're watching
Hi,
out there.
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello,
I know
Debbie.
Debbie's watching too.
Okay.
She just texted me.
Did she just text you?
And tell her
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. not much. And his beautiful wife Pat is with us.
Yes, Pat is
She's-
also here.
Yep.
We want to thank you for coming on the show and being so faithful, because this organization has been going on for a while now that you also been a part of for over 35 years, I
Oh my
believe.
goodness.
Oh,
How long?
Project Cuddle?
Yeah.
Project Cuddle?
Project Cuddle about 17 years.
17 years.
Okay.
And Project Cuddle's been around for 18.
For
18
18
years.
Okay.
And this Project Cuddles has been seen on Oprah, on the Ricky Lake Show, on The Talk, on CNN. I mean, I can go on Dr. Phil, 48 Hours. So I really want to thank you for coming on the show and taking time out of your day.
It's my pleasure. It's good to get the word out for Project Cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
We always like to introduce our guests and let people out there who are listening and viewing get to know you a little bit. So we would like just to start asking you, Bill, where did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
Technically, I haven't yet. I'm still
Okay.
working.
I love that. That's right.
I told him that the other day, and he said,
You gotta say that.
It's
That's
true.
right.
You never keep growing. You never grow. But I was born in Newark, Jersey, and from Brooklyn, moved to California back in the 60s. I usually tell people I'm here on a student visa, so don't anybody tell.
You lost your
Back to
accent?
Brooklyn.
You don't have the Brooklyn accent.
My mother was an English major.
Oh, so she
Oh,
made
there
you
you
guys
go.
Seton Hall,
enunciate.
yeah, and she
Enunciate,
was
huh?
Very specific about
Mhm.
our accents. And my dad had an accent. Neither of my brothers have accents either.
Well, I think it's
Really?
cool,
Oh,
you know.
interesting.
But
We all
you were
speak
raised.
English now.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you, where did you go to school?
I went to South Pass High School.
South Pasadena High
Pasadena.
School. Oh.
South Pasadena, University of California at Riverside, University of Uncle Sam. And
Oh,
finally
okay.
graduated from Cal State LA.
Now, Uncle
with Pasadena
Sam,
City College in the middle of it.
you went to the
I was
armed
in
forces.
service for 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. Navy,
Army.
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 Okay, good. Oh, that made Van Eric happy. Okay.
It was.
Now,
Kept
what-
me off the streets for 3 years. But
and that's what I was going to ask you. What made you join the armed forces?
Really had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Mhm.
To tell you the truth, I was at school, not really interested. Some people always ask, "Were you drinking?" I said, "No, So I finally got tired of being drafted, and I said, "The heck with it! I'll just
Just go ahead and
enlist
go.
and get it out of the way, and maybe grow up a little bit." And I came out, and I guess I grew up a little bit.
What, do you have siblings?
I have two brothers.
Two brothers.
Yeah.
Where are you in the lineup?
I'm the oldest.
The oldest.
The next
Okay.
one's 7 years behind me. and then the other one's 2 years behind him.
Well, what did your parents do? Were your mother and father in any kind of charity work, organizational work? Where did you get the?
Not really. My dad was an accountant. My mom was a secretary in South Pass, and my littlest brother's an iron worker. The next one up is a real estate guy up in the San Francisco area, Sebastopol. So.
Oh, so I got to say, you're very unique then to your family because you're really giving back. You graduated with your degree in accounting from Cal State LA.
Right.
What made you go in that direction? Was it your family? Was it
in accounting? In the ninth grade, we were supposed to write an autobiography, and in the autobiography, I wrote down that I wanted to be a CPA like my dad.
Okay.
And I kind of forgot about it. Went on, and when I came out of school, I met a man who. I was an engineering major for a while, and I met actually my wife's uncle, and he suggested I try accounting, and he said if you like it and do well, stick with it. I tried it, liked it, did well.
Oh boy.
Tried it again, still liked it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Still
I
did
wish
well.
I had math abilities.
It has nothing to do with math, really.
Does it? No.
doesn't.
Okay. Well, what's
That's
the?
why God invented a calculator.
Okay. Oh, really?
That's,
Yeah, but you got to have a little. I mean.
well, 1 and 1 is 2, but that's
okay. All right.
Or as an accountant, you like how much is 2 and 2, and you say how much do you want it to be. But that's,
Well, it's a lot to be certified. I have a young lady who I sponsor, and I've had the privilege of watching her get become certified, and the tests are grueling, and it's a
That's a
lot
3-day
to
test.
it. It's a lot of studying to it.
it was, and after 4 or 5 years of college, taking the test, a bunch of us went down together, and actually we all took it in San Diego. It was a good getaway for everybody.
Wow.
Went down there and hung around, took the test, and waited around for our results. And at about that time, I also got a job with another firm, one of the larger. It's a large regional firm. I went with them for a couple of years.
Well, I got to ask, how did your father feel following in his footsteps?
He thought it was kind of humorous. He was an accounting major in NYU.
Wow.
And he never took the exam. He went to work for his father at the time.
Oh, wow. You can't do that today, though, can you?
Excuse me. Pardon me?
You probably can't walk in and be trained in a position like that today, can you?
Oh, no. He went a totally different direction. He did the books and stuff of a toy company. So as a little kid, when I was growing up in Brooklyn, my father ran a toy company. He was a toy jobber.
Okay.
And he sold toys to all the local toy stores. So I was the first on my block to have a hula hoop and a
Oh, boy.
Really?
50 and all the other cool little toys, yeah.
That's great.
Wow,
That's
what a
great.
great story. Now, you started your own May Consulting Group Incorporated. Let's talk about that.
Well, I went out on my own back in about 78. And
From the company you were working with?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had some clients that I took with me, and they stayed with me. I had some pretty loyal people with me, and we did a good job. And our big thing is service, so we try to service our clients as best we can. We go out of our way for it. And I incorporated in early 2000. So that's when May Consulting Group came away. I didn't want to be Billy May CPA. I wanted to be something else.
You want to be something bigger. Well, good for
use that
you.
all the time,
Well,
so.
I always ask the personal questions. When
Yes.
did you meet Pat? That's what I'm happy about. Okay, you guys talk about all this other
The
stuff, but
business.
I'd like to know when you met this beautiful
We
woman,
were 12
wife of
years old.
yours. Were you
Which-
really? Pat is cracking up.
No idea how we end up with a 38-year-old son, but
Hey, stranger things have happened, you know.
excuse me. I got out of the Army in 1970 and went to PCC, and I was at a dance, and a friend of mine that I was with.
USO dance?
No.
Okay.
So dance. Those are before. But I was at PCC, and there was a football game, and there was a dance after the football game, and a friend of mine I was at the football game with was chasing this cute little girl who happened to be a friend of Patty's.
Okay.
And it was somewhere around September 19th, 1970. Right?
Boy, he remembers.
Wow.
Wow, that says a
That's
lot.
Never
special.
remembers what I always do.
Okay,
But anyway,
good. Says a lot.
My buddy chased after her girlfriend, and I took her and danced, and we dated a few times, and
So you two were watching those two, kind
Yeah.
of chaperoning
Making
those two,
sure they were
right, making
okay,
sure
yeah.
they're okay, and then lo and behold,
they
were you
stopped
spitting?
watching us.
Oh, okay. So was it love at first sight?
Maybe second.
Okay, good, good.
See, Patty had to think about it for a while because I had a mustache at that. I had a Fu Manchu thing.
So she had to-
When I was in the Army, it was cool to have mustaches.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
So I came out of the Army. I had this stupid little mustache, and
How
I
long
see
after
you don't have it now, so I
No,
see
no,
who
no.
won.
no, I shaved it off. Shoot. 6 months later, something
Okay.
like that.
And how long after did you guys get married?
Hmm.
We got married in '72.
Good for
72.
you.
Well,
So 2 years.
congratulations. Congratulations.
Any
on-
children? So we can
2
get
kids.
2 kids.
Scott, who's 38, is chef,
Hey,
and my
Scott.
daughter Lynn, who she works for a pharmaceutical company. I won't use the joke I always use for her.
Okay, all right. Well,
She went.
nice.
She went to work for Coca-Cola, and then now she works for a pharmaceutical company. So she
Good
came
for
out of
you.
SC, sold Coke.
Oh.
Now she sells it legally.
Well,
That's
we're
funny.
not. It's nice to
and
hear
then we have
this.
3 grandkids.
Very good.
And I see
very
that on your
good.
Facebook page, you have a picture of your grandkids, so you're a very proud grandpa. I know when I went
That's
in,
my daughter, or my granddaughter Samantha.
yeah, when I went to
Aw.
go visit you and write and outline the script agenda, he was so proud. He had pictures on his phone, and
Oh, isn't that
he was a
beautiful?
proud grandpa. And I think
Yeah.
I admire
I
that.
think it's fun. I'm looking forward to being a grandma.
It's
I
a
think
kick.
it's
It's
how
really
is
fun.
it better with grandchildren than with raising kids?
Well, you can pick them up and play with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then give them back.
Yeah. I mean, Patty and I picked them up one day, and well, Lynn's not watching us. I don't think so.
Oh,
We,
okay.
The kids have a favorite, like a yogurt place. So we took them to the yogurt place, and they put sugar junk all on
Everything
top
they
of the
have no business
yogurt,
putting on
and they're
there,
all
right?
wired, and we dropped by the house. Said, "Patty, let's just dump them and run."
It is funny.
Yeah, it was after their nap time, and they were still.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
wow.
hilarious.
Look at both of us are
Well,
saying.
I think that relates to your heart because
Yeah.
I do want to touch on, the core of this is when did you know you wanted to give back to the community? Because I'll go down your accolades, and there's quite a bit of things that you've really given your time pro bono.
Mhm.
This is not something you got paid to do. It's something you gave out of your heart. When did you kind of realize that you wanted to give back in the community?
When I first started in accounting, working
Mhm.
for a small firm, it was suggested that I take a look at the JCs. And the JCs is a service organization involving people from 21, at that time it was all guys, but 21 to 36. Now it's JC Women. Patty was involved with help starting the JC Women, Pasadena JC Women.
Wow.
But
No, JC, I'm thinking of junior college, right?
It's junior college. It's
Okay.
junior chamber.
Oh, junior chamber.
It started
okay.
as a junior
Yeah,
chamber
you
and
have
it's
to.
shortened to JCs,
Okay.
JAYCEES. And it's really a service organization. The Pasadena group has a Santa Claus thing where the Santa Claus is out on Christmas Eve, and they have a bunch of fundraisers for kids. They basically help kids
Okay.
throughout the Pasadena area and San Gabriel Valley. So I got involved with them, and then from those, a bunch of those guys joined the Tournament of Roses. So I got involved with the Tournament of Roses, and we're the guys that put that little parade on every year.
Wow, I may
And how-
have seen you at the dinners before. I was with Jay Sterling Productions. We used to do the dinners all the time the
I
night
was the
before.
guy in the white suit.
In the white suit, okay.
He was one of the guys in the white.
Okay.
All the 900 of us.
How long have you been with the Tournament of Roses parade?
This is my 35th parade.
Hmm.
35th parade.
So they aged me out a couple years ago.
Did they
so-
ride? Did you ride in the floats and the whole
No,
bit? No.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
you just
no,
sent put other people.
Now,
That's
once you get on
awesome.
those floats, you can't get off.
You can't. You're stuck for the whole ride, huh?
All 5.5 miles.
Wow.
Now you're a pillar in Pasadena. Your firm is there. How long has your firm been there now?
Since '78.
Since '78.
Yeah.
You've
35
given back
years,
to
36
the
years.
to the JCs in Pasadena.
Yes.
You're on the board of directors of the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center, and now you are vice president of Project Cuddles. Tell me how you got involved with Project Cuddles.
Yeah, that's
Project Cuddle. I'm sorry. I want to
Cuddle.
make that correct.
Yeah, he wants to just cuddle.
Keeps adding
Cuddles.
it up.
What's on my mind, huh?
I know. A friend of mine in the Salvation Army, who was also on the board, knew we both like doing things for kids,
Mhm.
and he called me up one day and he had 2 charities he knew of that were dealt with kids, and he invited me to the dinner that night. He was having a little get together of these 2 charities, and I went over with him, and Debbie was there with one of the girls who was about 8 months pregnant.
Mhm.
And I met Debbie and liked what they were doing. She invited me to a board meeting that was coming up, I think it was about a week or 2 later. She called me up and invited me down to meet the board. And I think it was a trap.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Because
Debbie, if you're listening out there, you trapped the bill.
Yeah.
You trapped it.
17
that
years
was
later.
17 years ago. It's right about September. I may be pushing to my 18th year. I can't remember.
Wow.
But right after that, I joined the board, and I've been involved with it ever since.
Well, it's just interesting to see how the Lord, I mean, we didn't get into the spiritual aspect of your life. I don't know whether or not you guys had covered that. Okay. But from our standpoint, we talk a lot about faith, how God prepared you for this.
Somehow.
Slowly, in each group that you were a part of, did it give you more and more insight of what children were suffering, what was going on in the community, the heart, which helped you to be more of a participant with Project Cuddle?
More so, I just helped. I saw we see a lot of kids that need stuff, whatever they happen to need. Books for school, toys for Christmas. The JCs always gave out toys to any child who wrote a letter to Santa Claus, but they'd always give presents to the kids in the less fortunate neighborhoods and poorer areas and stuff like that. And then the Salvation Army, we did the back to school. And that was for kids.
With the backpacks, when they put the school supplies. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And there's kids need a lot of help somewhere. And when I heard about Project Cuddle, I like the idea of helping kids there.
Boy,
I hate to see the
that's from a
Project
whole
Cuddle's
different.
main thing is we save babies from being put into a dumpster.
Right. That's
our main cause. Rather than drop a kid in a dumpster someplace, call our 1-882-CUDDLE, and we'll have somebody with you within an hour or so. And you'll have somebody you can talk to, somebody who can understand what you're going through. And Debbie's extremely good at that. She's very good at dealing with the girls and calming them
So
down.
let's talk about what Project Cuddle is. It ends baby abandonment. It provides a safe and legal alternative to your situation, and you guys have saved over 750 babies thus far.
751 as of the other day.
Oh, wow. Well, tell us about the new addition.
I think it was a little girl, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I can't remember.
All right.
And I was running around doing other things, and I talked to Debbie, and we got excuse me. I got the update that was 751. But and this one is, from what I understand, healthy. It's on her Facebook page, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Or on the Facebook. So
you do have a Facebook fan page. I want you guys out there who are listening and viewing to link up. Find Project Cuddle on Facebook. You can also find their website is projectcuddle.org with more information. Let's give that 1-800 number again. If you have any questions regarding the organization itself, it is 888-628-3353, and the website is projectcuddle.org. Now, this organization has been seen on Oprah, 48 Hours, Dr. Phil, The Talk, CNN, and many more. How has the organization grown from when you first started to where it is now?
One of my jobs is to get Project Cuddle known and help them raise money, because we always need money. We estimate it takes about $2,500 to save a baby, and that's a number we picked a few years ago. It's a nice round number, and it's easy to deal with.
Well,
it probably takes a little more than that.
How do you break that down in terms of our listeners when you say that?
What we did a number of years ago is we determined what our budget was for the birth moms and babies and some doctor bills and other costs that we ran into, and figured out how many babies we saved that year and divided it into, and it was pretty close to 2,500. But rather than come up with something like 2,975 or something, it was like 2,500 was a nice round number. And I was telling Joel that there was a baby about 6-8 months ago that actually cost us about $22,000.
Wow!
Now, a lot of that money was donated. So
for what cause? I mean, the baby was sick.
It was more time that was involved. There was some extra doctor bills. There was some extra living expenses, and it had to do with a factor of time. It was a young woman. We flew out here from the East Coast, and she thought she was going to have the baby within the next week, and it turned out to be 3.5 weeks.
So you help the mothers too. I want to refresh our audience that Debbie was on last year. So you even take some of the mothers who are still pregnant.
Sure.
And you see that their prenatal care is taken care of, and
if they need that, yeah. We help them with that. We help them. We have other people who volunteer to do it. We have the ideal situation is a girl to call us while she's still pregnant.
Right. That's all. Yeah.
But we have had girls call us after the baby was born.
So this organization really facilitates it from beginning to end. From the
Whatever's needed.
Whatever's needed, from the pregnancy to the doctor visits to if they keep the baby, if they give it up for adoption. I mean, you guys really run the gamut of the pregnancy. Is that correct?
It could happen that way because each case is really different.
Yeah.
So some of them we don't find out about until
Till the baby's
2
actually
weeks
in the
before
dumpster.
the baby's going to be born.
Okay.
And then we have 2,500 or so rescue families around the country, some of whom are like Patty and I who just help out. Others are qualified to be adoptive parents and they would like to adopt if one happens to show up for that. So it runs the gamut. And everybody helps out. We've picked up babies and dropped them off at places for Project Cuddle. We had a baby dropped off at our house on Halloween about 7 or 8 years ago.
Wow.
And we took off. The baby was a special needs baby.
Now this
We
is
had
you
a
and Pat, not at your home.
At our
right?
home.
Okay.
Yeah, on Halloween. We were getting
Oh.
ready. We had the candy and everything for the kids and getting stuff ready. And got a phone call from Project Cuddle. Debbie called, asked us for some help, and we ran around and borrowed a car seat because we didn't have any kids or grandkids. Now if she
Right.
did it, we had 2 car seats in the back.
Oh,
of
so
the
now
van.
they can just
Yeah.
people now, John and Pat. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, we borrowed a car seat from a neighbor, and the father dropped the baby off around 7:30 that night, I think it was, and we took the baby and drove her down to Mission Viejo to a nurse who specialized in special needs babies.
Wow.
And the baby had a cleft palate and some brain problems, they thought. Anyway, long story short, by the time a week or so went by, that baby was being picked up by his new family in Portland.
Wow.
And she's now living in Portland. The
And
cleft palate's been
she's
taken
8
care
now.
of. Pardon
She's
me?
8.
She's about 8 or 9 years old now.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Every year we get a little email, little happy birthday email from her around Halloween.
That's incredible.
So it's really kind of neat.
Well, I do want to talk about how you can help out the organization. Now, there's many
love this
different ways of
calendar.
helping out. One of the simple ways is going on their website and you can donate. If you go to projectcuddle.org, there's a donate button there. You can click on that donate button and donate what's on your heart. And you get this free calendar. Now, if you look at the calendar, it every month has a child that has been
Her story.
and their story
Right.
that has been saved through Project Cuddle. So I want you guys out there who are listening and viewing, to go out and pick
Aw.
up a calendar, make a donation. It's I think a minimum of $10, but you can donate what's on your heart, ladies and gentlemen. These kids really need your help. This organization really gives back to the community, gives back to these children. And I always like to talk about the integrity of the organization itself. I know when Debbie was on the show earlier last year, she talked about how much of the money actually goes to help.
To helping out,
Mm-hmm.
I would say somewhere around 85 to 90%.
And that is coming from the accountant.
Yeah,
from the
you
accountant
would.
in charge.
Yeah.
That's right. Just remember your tax deductible.
And how
donations.
many employees do you have? Also.
At Project Cuddle?
Yeah.
3.
3.
Yeah.
You, Debbie, and
No, I'm not an employee.
okay.
I get paid. The deal I made with Debbie was for my volunteer time.
You
I
do
get paid
volunteer.
twice what the Tournament of Roses used to pay me.
Okay, which was what 0? No, I'm
That's
kidding.
what volunteers all get.
Yeah, that's
Zero.
right. That's right. So
Yeah.
this is volunteer. That's awesome.
And that's what I wanted to when I asked
3
Bill to
people.
come on.
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
a lot of. There's only a few people.
There's
for
a lot.
such
We have
huge-
volunteers that help out down there, and we're always open to people volunteering. We're always
Right.
looking for people in the Orange County area, students or somebody like that who's looking to help out in the office. They can call the 800 number that Joel gave is the hotline, 1-882-CUDDLE. But there's also an office number that's on our website. You can check that out. Just call the main office.
If you're out there listening today and viewing us and listening to Bill's story, and you have it in your heart to give back and really don't know how to give back, I want you to visit the website www.projectcuddle.org to find out more information. Maybe you can't give financially, but if you can give of your time, this organization can really use that. I think a lot of people out there like yourselves that are listening and viewing want to give back somehow, but
Yeah.
don't really know how.
They don't know how.
Well, we're facilitating right now for you to visit the website, ask questions, call the office number if you have the time and the heart to volunteer, because these children really,
Oh, they
really,
really need.
really
and we
need
would
it.
like to also talk to maybe there's a young lady out there or a young man who is in the situation where you have a child and you don't know what to do. You're pregnant and you're afraid. And I'd like for you, I don't know when we're going to go to commercial break or not. But I would like for you to explain. I was talking to Pat before. Some of the fears of going to dropping the babies at the hospital and at the fire stations, why there's still a hesitancy for mothers to do that. You explained that more to me, and I think it would maybe help someone out there. We're talking to you out there. I know I was in a situation where I was an unwed mother, and it's scary. It's very scary when you're pregnant and you're alone, and you don't know what you're going to do. You don't have the resources. So, if I don't know how are we.
That was
time?
next on the. That was next on the
See,
docket.
this is my buddy here. Well, go ahead. Well, I'm just.
Well, no, I was reading through the pamphlet, and it was saying if you answer yes to any of these questions, you should call the hotline. If you are more than 3 months pregnant and avoiding prenatal care, call the hotline. They will help you out, answer your questions, or get you the help you need. If you need help with telling your parents, I think that's a main one. I think a lot of times the fear comes in, and you don't want people to know.
You don't. You're ashamed.
They will guide you through that.
You're embarrassed. You're you don't know what to do, and so this is a great organization.
A lot of the girls feel that they let their parents down.
Yes, you do.
And they don't want to do that.
They don't want to
disappoint. You'd be
disappoint.
surprised how many times. One thing I will mention is this: about 60% of the girls keep the babies.
Oh, okay, great.
So
I think that's
when
important.
that fear factor is knocked down, we've sent people with the pregnant girl to tell their parents that they're pregnant, and they figure with a witness, Dad won't kill me, which is probably true. But the other thing is just like everybody else, you've all told your kids any kind of a problem, come to me first. We'll take care of it. Well, they've been told the same thing. It's just when fear and all that stuff take over, it just multiplies.
Yeah, it does.
So when you walk up and all of a sudden you tell the parents go, "Why didn't you should have come to us
Should have just
first.
come to us," but they were
Come on,
fearful.
we'll take care of it.
Another reason is if you're afraid to reveal that you have used drugs and alcohol while you were pregnant. That's another thing. If you need shelter, or if you think you're going to be harmed if you tell anyone that you're pregnant. And all this information and all these questions can be answered on going on their website on projectcuddle.org, and their 24-hour hotline is 888-628-3353. They can really answer a lot of your questions. If you're out there and just have questions, please call. If you need the help, reach out. This is an opportunity for you to do what's best, not only for yourself, but for your baby as well.
And another family who might not be able to have a baby. Okay, so was it on your list here to explain why they're afraid to go to the fire department?
We talked about that.
Yeah.
The one thing I will mention on the telephone number, the 188, it's 88 and the word 2 cuddle.
2 cuddle.
So if you
That's
can't remember
easy.
the numbers, 188 2 cuddle.
Okay.
Will get you right through. A lot of times if you're walking up, you got to remember a fireman is a hero to most people, everybody. And if you're a young woman and you're scared and you don't want to give your baby up to a hero who you think is looking at you like, what kind of person does this? That's something that's going to turn them away. And you walk up to a fire station. I was mentioning to Lolita that there are cameras around. There are video cameras watching and security stuff like that. And kids today will walk up to those things and go, "Oh shoot, I'm on YouTube in 5 minutes," and they're out of there. And on their way out, they drop the kid in a trash can someplace and run like a son of a gun. And the same with an ER. The ERs are great. They'll take the baby, but you always have that 1 or 2 kids that are walking up. And the ER, the back, it's well lit. There's a camera so that they can tell when a baby comes in. And the kids come up and they see the camera, same thing. It's like, "Oh, shoot, I'm out of here." And you get the same thing. You call our hotline, you don't get any of that. We're not going to send red light and siren to your house or anything like that.
It's all confidential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
confidential.
glad you explained that because I was like, why would someone still today just put a baby in a dumpster when this help is out there? But when you and Pat shared that, I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense because of social media. It would be all over the place.
Well, a lot of the things is the fear factor.
And
also.
the fear that you're going to be turned in or...
Whatever, letting parents down, letting this down, letting that down. And like I was saying to somebody else, once the fear factor gets in, I'm an accountant. I deal with the IRS. Somebody gets a letter from the IRS.
I've had
and they go, "Oh, geez." And they don't open it.
Right.
Because they know that if they open it, they'll die. So they give it to me.
Yeah, they
So
do,
you
huh?
open
You
it.
open it.
It's the same kind of fear. And
That's
once they get the
true.
second or
Yes.
the third or the fourth letter, they're scared to death, afraid of losing the house. And
No,
it's not
don't
that
do
bad.
it. Yeah,
So-
that's very true.
Well-
Great analogy.
Yeah, great analogy because I can relate.
Yeah, I mean, I had my bank account
that time
because
of
I
year,
ignored.
what can I
Yes,
say?
it. Yeah.
And I do want to talk about Project Cuddle and their Dinner by the Bay hosted by John Stamos. I had a great opportunity to attend that event last year. It was a great event. It seems like you guys had some really great people there, really giving to the organization.
I heard
you guys
a rumor
put
you're
on a
coming
great
this
show.
year too.
I am trying to make that happen.
Yeah. He's the face of the, I promise people stuff and about a month later I go, oh my goodness, I forgot.
Well, I'm the same way. Debbie's
Yeah.
been calling me, have you bought a ticket? Have you bought a ticket? And I finally go to the thing and I go, I might as well just buy a VIP ticket. They're all sold out.
Oh
So
boy,
all the
so now you
VIP
got to go as
tickets-
an ordinary regular person, huh?
Well, you know what? The difference between the VIP and the regular person is you get a few other things. As a
Yeah,
VIP,
it's-
you get a bag of goodies, but this food is the same.
That's
the desserts
it.
are wonderful.
Yeah.
This year we're having chicken and steak or shrimp and steak. It's Cajun. It's a Mardi Gras.
Wow. Well, now when? When's the big event?
February 8th.
February
February
8th.
8th.
Okay.
Hilton in Long Beach.
And it's hosted by John Stamos. And you guys all get a free calendar. I want you to go to the website. Once again, projectcuddle.org. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about Project Cuddle's annual dinner hosted by John Stamos. When we come back, this is Joy in My House, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
In the early dawn of day, he quietly slips away. A peaceful and humble man, he seeks his Father and prays. He's not God, so they say. He doesn't really hear. That's not so, he's just a prayer away for those who draw near. Emmanuel from Galilee. Emmanuel set the captives free. Emmanuel died on Calvary. Emmanuel, hey, he died for me. He had no place to lay his head, a stranger in his own land, a man of sorrow took a grief, a king who died, a despised man, compassionate high priest, the one who understands, made a way for you and me to hold the Father's hand. Emmanuel from Galilee. Emmanuel.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Joy in My House, inspirational reality radio show with a touch of recovery. A reality radio show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who comes and shows up and says it.
I'm joined here by my co-host and recording artist, Lolita Robinson.
Hi, I'm glad to be here, and I'm really interested in what's going on, and glad to be a part of this event.
And our in-studio guest, Bill May,
Good to see you.
Vice
Willie
President.
Mays' twin brother.
Willie Mays' twin brother. My cousin.
His cousin. Okay.
Now,
I dropped the S.
You dropped the S. You are vice president to an organization called Project Cuddles, who helps save
Correct.
abandoned babies.
Oh, one thing I meant to ask: how'd you go from being the board member to the vice president? Debbie really had to. She's
She
quite a
bribed
charmer,
me
huh?
herself.
She's
Yeah.
quite a charmer,
Yeah,
huh?
she is. She's a good salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
She should be in sales, selling
She can probably, yeah, she can sell anything.
Haven't had to
But,
do it all, yeah.
No, it was a way to do something else and be a little bit more involved. I also help with the books at Project Huddle, so we run those out of my office.
Mm-hmm.
And then Project Huddle, technically there are two offices. One is in Orange County, at our office down there, and the letterhead also has my office on there.
Wow.
So a lot of things come to my office, and I just ship it down there to Project Huddle.
Okay. Good.
Now let's talk about your annual Dinner by the Bay, hosted by John Stamos. It is a fundraiser.
It is.
This fundraiser, all the proceeds go to the organization itself and to helping these
Correct.
mothers and these children. Let's talk a little bit about what the fundraiser is. What does it entail?
We have a silent auction, a bunch of items in silent auction. We have a few items in the live auction, and then the money raised goes to help us fund Project Cuddle for the next year, help us save babies, and continue to do what we do. This year's event is on February 8th, like we said earlier. It starts about 6 o'clock. It's at the Long Beach Hilton, and the theme is Mardi Gras.
Okay, none
So
of
when
the
Joel
bead
buys his
stuff.
tickets-
None of
Pardon
the
me?
bead stuff, though, right?
We have beads. You
Okay,
don't have to
now-
do whatever that.
Okay, Pat is like, no, I'm not playing that. Okay,
No,
good.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't do that stuff.
Okay, good.
I'll wear the beads, but that's about it.
Okay.
That's about it. So the dinner is Dinner by the Bay, Saturday, February 8th. It is at 6 o'clock at the Long Beach Hilton.
Correct.
Now you guys are going to have some special guests.
We are.
I think last year Bob Saget was there.
Bob Saget was there. John Stamos was there. Tickets are $100 each, by the way. We have
All right.
we have a number of left over. It's a fun event. Michelle Stafford is supposed to show up. She's a doll. She comes every year. Our token redhead.
Okay, good.
I like her. She's taller than I am, but I like her anyway.
Does anyone speak at the event, or is it just more entertainment?
Really, Debbie does some speaking, and this year we're going to have a couple of the MCs are going to be from Universal Studios.
Oh,
We
good.
tried that out. We have, during the silent auction, John will be there early. The silent auction has got some great stuff. The food is always wonderful. The live auction has, I think, the trip to Hawaii and some piece of jewelry and a few other items. I haven't seen them yet. I'm trying to keep Patty away from the jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
But
Patty's smiling like, forget it. I'm going to go.
She
with
will.
my-
I guess I can't stop her from bidding. It's fine.
Good for her.
And the one thing you want to do is if you want to come to the bid, what I try to tell people there is, as long as nobody from the IRS is listening, round your bid up to the closest 1,000. That way it looks like a good donation.
Okay.
Nice.
So, but last year we were at the 70s. This year is the Mardi Gras, and it's just a fun event. We have a good time there. Dancing, Boogie Nights is going to be doing the band
good.
who's going to be there, and they're great. They were at our last function in October, the Halloween party. That was the spooktacular.
And I was
That's
asking
wonderful.
off camera, what were some of the perks and the benefits of having the dinner? What results did you get?
It's a good way to get the word out to people. We've had people who have come to the dinner for the first time and become volunteers. One of my guests a number of years ago is now a board member,
Good.
and she does a great job. A couple of them, and it also gives the kids who are part of the project. In the beginning, we always have kids there,
Yeah, to show who.
and well, the parents come and they always bring the kids, so there'll always be kids ages from 6 months to 12 or 13. Excuse me. And one of them this year is going to be a friend of mine's going to be there with his daughter, who's a Project Cuddle baby, and I think she's 11 years old now.
Oh, how beautiful!
And she was there a couple of years ago, and I just found out he's going to be there also this year. So
So you're getting the word out.
yeah, and as soon as they're dancing, the kids stay and dance for a little bit, but as soon as it gets to be about 9 o'clock, the parents go, let's go. And the kids take off, and then the older folks can continue to dance.
You can enjoy the rest of
Has
the
this become
It's a fun event.
nationwide? Is it nationwide yet, or
Project
what?
Cuddle?
Yeah.
Project Cuddle is nationwide.
Yes,
Our hotline runs around all over the world. When Ricky Lake used to have us
Right.
on,
Okay.
it was fun to watch the telephone calls come in because Ricky Lake was on the East Coast.
Mhm.
So she'd be on at like 5 o'clock or something. So at 2 o'clock, 2:30 here, we'd start getting calls from New York, the East Coast. At 3:30, we'd start getting calls from Chicago. At 4:30, Denver, the mountain. And at 5:30 from LA. So you could watch as her show moved across the country. The phone would ring up at the half-hour point when she mentioned something on Project Huddle.
So do you have these dinner events all around?
No, the dinner event is only here. We had
Okay.
the dinner event here coming up after the dinner event on February 8th. On May 17th, we're having a day at the races at Santa Anita Racetrack.
Okay.
And tickets for that are $20 each. All the proceeds of that go to Project Cuddle.
So are you working up to try and have these events nationwide?
It'd be great. Somebody was talking about having a day at the races down in Del Mar Racetrack. A friend of mine's down there. And I told them I'd drive all the way to Del Mar for that.
And I wanted to give that a plug. There's a day at the races. This is another event that's coming up May 17th. It's a Saturday. It is $20 per adult, $5 per children. It is at the Santa Anita Racetrack. For tickets, you can call 714-432-9681, or you can call Bill at his office. You can call him directly at 626-351-5417. And again, all the proceeds do go to Project Cuddle.
Well, how does that work out at the racetrack? What does that?
Oh, it's great. They give us a piece of the infield.
Okay.
If you've never been to Santa Anita Racetrack, it's an absolutely gorgeous track. And as you're standing there, you're looking up on the San Gabriel Mountains, and the whole mountains are in front of you. It's beautiful. And in May, it's just going to be a beautiful day anyway. So you wear your shorts, get a tan. We're in the infield. We have a bunch of people that'll bring food. If you're coming, you can bring food and just share it with everybody. We have food laid out.
Mm-hmm.
Dessert. Everything is there.
Okay.
It's great. And it's just, then you can bring kids.
So you're not you're not betting on the horses.
You can go bet on the horses.
Bet on the horses, and the proceeds from your betting will go towards.
No.
Okay.
No, I guess you keep your winnings.
You guys
if you
need
want to
to
donate
call.
your winnings, if you want to buy a ticket for Project Cuddle to Pick 6.
I love Tim Conway Jr. I love him. He's on 640. I don't know if I should be, but he's always talking about the racetracks and stuff. You guys ought to see if he'll come out and for your cause. Because he's out there a lot, and I just love him. He's good for causes. You might want to.
You gonna come to the races?
If Tim Conway Jr. comes, I'll come.
He told me he was coming.
He did. I'm coming out there. Okay. I like John Stamos too, but every woman,
Well, Bill, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I'm going to give the plug. Dinner by the Bay is on Saturday, February 8th. It is at 6 p.m. in the Long Beach Hilton. You can purchase your tickets. They're $100 on www.projectcuddle.org. You can also go to the hotline if you have any questions regarding the organization at 888-628-3353. That is 2Cuddle. And also the day at the races, Saturday, May 17th, Santa Anita Park. For more information on that, you can visit projectcuddle.org, or you can call the line at 626-351-5417.
Well, how do people get calendars? I mean,
if you make a donation,
if
on
they
the
make
website,
a donation,
they will send you a calendar.
And these calendars again are beautiful. They really are. So, tell people again how they can.
Make sure you guys visit the website at www.projectcuddle.org for more information. You can make a donation. There's a donation button. Everything is tax deductible.
Just punch the donation button, get out your credit card, put a 1 or 4 or 5 with a bunch of zeros next to it.
Okay.
3, 4, 5 zeros.
Sounds good.
Hit send. We take MasterCard, Visa, MasterCard, American Express.
Okay, and you will send them this beautiful calendar.
If we get their name and address, we'll send them a calendar.
Okay.
Calendars are $10 each.
I got an autograph from you and Pat. I'm so happy. I really am. I mean, this is beautiful.
It really is. It's a really positive organization, and 80 to 90% of the proceeds go directly to the people who need it. So I want to make that very clear. The integrity of this organization is strong. So
and don't sit out there hurting if you need the help.
Yes, and if you're out there and you have any questions, please call the hotline. Please visit the website. The opportunities there, they really facilitate your growth and saving not only the baby but yourself as well. So please visit. Also, support them. If you have a heart to help and feel that
volunteer. Clothes. Do you need clothes too?
New clothes would be good. Anything with babies, diapers.
Onesies, and y'all want to make sure all that kind of stuff. Yeah, make sure that we get that information out there.
Because quite often we run into a mother who needs it, or one of the mothers who's going to keep the baby, who still needs that kind of stuff.
Who needs things.
Bassinet or car seat.
Okay.
We've had that happen before.
All right. Yeah, we want to just cover all grounds here.
Yes. Bill, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Nice meeting you, Pat.
Very nice.
And Debbie, love to you, and God bless you, sweetheart.
Debbie, hang in there.
And your mom and your dad, I know you've had your own challenges, and love to you. What a ministry.
What a ministry. And I would like to ask the question that we ask of all our guests. The premise of the show is the joy that we have in the midst of whatever struggles or challenges we're going through. So we like to ask you, Bill, what does joy in my house mean to you at this day and time?
I had never heard about it until I met you, and it's an appropriate name because it does bring. I would think saving a baby or taking care of a drastic situation that you're in would bring joy to your house, and just relieving the pressure and having somebody to talk to. And that's the way I would look at it. It's always nice to have somebody to talk to, somebody who'll listen. So that's neat.
Well, that's awesome. We'll get the word out for our radio station too.
I will.
You have other guests that are other causes. We'd love to have them on.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a surprise to find out I was going to be on camera. I thought it was going to be a radio.
See?
Like
Internet radio, you know.
T-shirt.
Very beautifully said. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming on the show,
Thank you very
Bill.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
What a
Ben
pleasure
Eric.
ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joy in My House. I want you to join me next week, live here at noon on LA Talk Live. It is Beverly Todd. She's an actress, writer, producer with Children Uniting Nations. We're going to talk about an amazing event that she's having for the Oscars, so you're not going to want to miss. This is Joy in My House, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed day.
Go Seahawks.
The way that you choose